Good day! Today, we will present our research entitled Social Media Usage and Time Management among Grade 12 General Academic Strand or GAS A students of Brooks Point National High School.
My name is Dina Rose Buhian.
And I'm Paige Dean David.
I'm Geneva C. Anggi.
And I am Ayajin R. Guevara.
And we are the researcher from Grade 12 GAS A.
Social networking is a social structure made up of individuals or organizations called nodes, which are tied or connected by one or more specific types of interdependency. These networking sites are used by most people to interact with old and new friends, physical or internet friends. Time management is important at all levels of education. However, time management skills are more vital to adjustment during higher education years. This academic workload of students in tertiary institution is more intense than those obtained in penultimate stage of learning. It is essential to ensure that limited time is used judiciously. Let's proceed to Chapter 2, the Theoretical Framework. Let's start and relate to literature. Social media usage is one of the most popular online activities. In 2021, over 4.26 billion people were using social media worldwide, a number projected to increase to almost 6 billion in 2027. Social networking is one of the most popular digital activities worldwide, and it is not surprised that social networking penetration across all regions is constantly increasing. As of January 2020, the global social media usage rate stood at 49%.
Management, a prospective study tested the hypothesis that college grade point average would be predicted by time management practices. 90 college students completed the time management questionnaire in 1983. Their high school scholastic aptitude tests scores were obtained from college records. Principal components analysis of the 35-item time management instrument revealed three components.
According to Bpnhs 2019, social media has more adverse effects than positive ones, since students tend to spend more time on social media other than educational purposes. This tend to cause distraction from the learning environment, affecting their academic progresses.
Paradigm shows the independent variable and dependent variable. Our independent variable is social media usage and time management, and the dependent variable is the student and academic performance. There is significance between using social media and students' academic performance.
The methodology. Population. The study is conducted to senior high school students, grade 12 GAS A, of Brooks Point National High School, school year 2022 to 2023. The population consists of 45 number of students, 12 male and 33 female. Instrumentation. The research instrument that are used in questionnaires was constructed by the researchers, and it was used to gather data. The research questions are based in the questionnaire on determining how long does the student from grade 12 GAS A using social media and how it may affect the academic performance of students and how they manage their time properly when using social media platforms. Data gathering procedure. The researchers had allotted rigorous time, effort, and cooperation in developing their questionnaire so as to serve its intended respondents. The survey was created using suitable questions modified from related research and individual questions formed by their researchers. The researchers select section. There are 45 grade 12 GAS A students who will respond to survey.
Table 2. Age of the respondents. Age 17. Frequency 25. Percentage 55.5. Age 18. Frequency 13. Percentage 28.9. And the total of frequency and percentage are 45 and 100%. Table 2 demonstrate the frequency and percentage distribution responders by age. Of the 45 respondents, 25 or 55.5% are under the age of 17 to 18 years old respondents, who made up 28.9% respondents came next. 17.6% of the responders are that age. It shows that most of the respondents has the age of 17, followed by 18 years and lastly 19.
One shows the social media usage of the respondent. According to the data gathered, 98% or 44 of the respondents use social media and 2% or 1 respondent do not use social media often. The data gathered shows that most of the respondents have a social media and they use it in different reasons. The graph above shows the different social media platforms where the respondents are most active. And it revealed that 82% of the respondents are active in Facebook, 85% are active in Instagram, while 6 of the respondents are active in Twitter, and 2% are active in Messenger and active in Weavers. It revealed that most of the respondents were frequently active on Facebook than on any other social media platforms.
Time management strategy of the respondents. On Table 1, the result of the survey presented above are determined by using a Likert scale. Respondents' responses to the question are presented in chart. In question 1, out of 45 students, 25 of them answered sometimes, which means most of the respondents cannot always do things in order of priority. Question 2, 25 of the respondents answered sometimes. 12 of them said they do the priority first, and 9 of them answered often. In question 3, the answer of the respondents can be seen in table above. According in table, 21 is the highest answered by the lowest, 2 which is never. And question 4 shows the answer to the given question. It shows that out of 45 respondents, 21 of them answered sometimes. In terms of using time effectively, we represent that most of the students of Brooks Point National High School, 12 Class A, has trouble using time effectively. The next question also represents that most of the respondents answer sometimes in tackling difficult unpleasantness. Take without procrastinating. Some of them answered always with the number of 2, often with the number of 11, sometimes with the number of 30, rarely with the number of 1, and with the number of 20. So most of them are sometimes they are forcing themselves to make time for planning. According to Tawana Bandi and Christina Aymor, as a children and youth develop the capacity to regulate their planning and behavior represent a shift from vulnerability. While in question 7, out of 45 number of respondents, 24 of them answered sometimes in spending enough time in planning. 14 answered often and 6 answered always. According to Sebastian, in real-world planning problems and study, time of deliberation is often limited. Sometimes the plans that people do is always never be followed. It shows that some of the respondents didn't usually follow their plan. Question 8 shows the most of the respondents prepare a daily to-do list sometimes. Question 9 sometimes is the most answered by the respondents. It has 28, followed by often where it has 11, and 7 of the respondents prioritize less in order of importance, not urgency, while both of always and both rarely and never has. Lastly, the last question shows that out of 45 respondents grade 12 Class A, 31 of them answered sometimes in the question 10, while 12 answered often and 2 answered always. Based on the figure 3 above, 60% of the respondents agreed with the policy of confiscating cell phone before class, while 40% disagreed. The gathered data showed that most of the respondents agreed on confiscating cell phones first before the class start. However, some of the respondents didn't agree on confiscating cell phone when they are in class. Figure 4 shows that 76% of the students are willing to use the module or book in class, while 20% are not willing. It is clear that most of the respondents would choose to use a book or module for their study rather than using a cell phone.
Let's proceed to Chapter 5, Summary of Findings, Conclusion, and Recommendation. Most of the respondents of Grade 12 GAS A of Roosevelt National High School are using social media. That means all of them have cell phone and has different social media app that they could use to communicate, entertain, watch, or just erase boredom. Most of the respondents are usually active in Facebook. No doubt, because Facebook app are all in one. Everyone can communicate this using this app. It also have videos to watch, although some are active in Instagram, Twitter, and Messenger, but the outcome of the gathered data shows that the Facebook is the most popular to use. The majority of the respondents choose sometimes, which indicate that the majority of them struggle to manage their time effectively. Only a small minority of respondents choose never or rarely for each question. It becomes clear that the social media has a significant effect how the respondents manage their time properly, which also affected the academic performance of the respondents. Most of the students agreed that cell phone should be confiscated before the class begins. They also agreed that they are willing to use module or book rather than modules and cell phone. The conclusion that unrestricted social media use negatively impact the academic performance of Brooks Point National High School in Grade 12 GAS A student. Nevertheless, based on the respondents we choose, there are more respondents who use social media than do not. The majority of respondents have a higher data indicating that they only sometimes prioritize their academic success as students, which make their time management less effectively.
Based on the result of the study, the following recommendations were suggested. Number 1, both academic and extracurricular activities can use social media. It is necessary for social networking site creators to consider the possibility of producing educationally dense programs. Number 2, lecture ought to investigate the advantages of online education. It is important to establish and use social media groups for collaborative learning. Number 3, in order to manage their time properly and regulate themselves, people should make an effort to get time tracking and daily management software. Number 4, since the majority of grade 12 GAS A students are young, they are expected to mindful of their obligation, but within and outside of the classroom. They should therefore learn how to create both short and long-term goals and prioritize activities that will help them future their academic interests. Goal setting is so essential and should be ingrained in grade 12 GAS A pupils.